We have prepared several questions that we received from our audiences on LinkedIn and YouTube. Make sure you follow us on social media. We can start with those questions while we wait your live questions during this session. Let's start with one question, and I will ask my team to pull up that question. So there are lots of moving parts in Canadian immigration at the moment, especially for two main reasons. One, Canadian immigration is being decreased during the political upheaval. Oh, we have question number one from LinkedIn. So I will be reading the question by looking at the screen. Now, question number one from our audience is, how have the recent reductions in Canada's permanent resident admissions targets impacted business immigration programs? That's a very loaded question. Thank you very much for our audience. The main impact is the decrease of permanent residency in Canada. The number has been decreased by almost 20%, from 485,000 to 385,000, 100,000 in decrease. And also secondary impact is about decreasing non-permanent residents. These are work permit holders. Usually, business immigration entails two stages. Work permit stage, first you come to Canada to do the work, and then to run your business, and then if you're eligible to any PR programs, then you move to permanent residency. From those two perspectives, the PR numbers decreasing and non-PR numbers decreasing has affected the spots available for business immigration. According to the immigration plan for 2025 and 27, I think the PNPs have been decreased to 55,000 in total. That includes PNPs for entrepreneurs, also federal business class that includes self-employed program, which is now paused, and startup visa program has also been decreased by the immigration minister. To my mind, these are temporary measures to satisfy the Canadian public that government is doing something with respect to immigration. However, the fundamental problems that business immigration addresses are still there. Canadians are retiring in massive numbers. This year is a 9 million threshold. 9 million retirees will be coming to Canadian will be retiring from Canadian workplaces. That includes business owners too. So don't get despair. Yes, it has affected the overall numbers in business immigration, but we are doing our best to bring clients from different parts of the world through PNP programs. By the way, check our guidelines on PNP programs for Nova Scotia and Alberta on our website at sobirovs.com. And Startup Visa program, which has been also modified recently. We will talk about it as we receive questions about it. Okay, so another question, number two from the website. This question from sobirovs.com website. What are the implications of the new application caps in the Startup Visa program for prospective applicants? As you know, there are designated organizations whose support you need to be able to apply for Startup Visa. Those designated organizations have been limited for of 10 letters of support, 10 startups that they can support per year, and that has made the spots very competitive. Now, Startup Visa applicants need to prove the concept of their startup, then attract the attention of business incubators in Canada, angel investors in Canada, and venture capitalists in Canada. So it has become very competitive market. We have received quite a good success rate for our Startup Visa programs, even with the new changes in the legislation. Yes, the cap is there, but again, don't quote me on this, but there are some rumors that Startup Visa program will further be modified, and most probably it will be a stringent process for selection the right startups. Okay, another question if we have from Facebook. Now it's you can follow us on Facebook, by the way. Sobirov's law firm has a Facebook page, and you can send us your questions in advance. We will bring it like the way we are doing right now. Okay, from Facebook, how does the introduction of a 3-year open work permit for startup visa applicants influence the program's attractiveness? Well, I think my opinion on this, it was a necessity. Remember, the previous immigration minister, Sean Fraser, gave, at that time in 2023, gave an open work permit for all startup visa applicants that were waiting in the backlog. They said, okay, I know you've been waiting for a long time. Probably he said, okay, let's ease the pressure, give you open work permit, come to Canada, run your startup, make some progress, but at the same time, make some living outside of your startup. Why this was done? And now it has become a 3-year open work permit as a permanent feature of startup visa program. Why this is necessary? As you know, this is a reality. Recognition of reality. Startups don't make money in the first couple of years, maybe 5-7 years. They burn cash, right? That's why you need good finances for startup visa. And the founders don't have income. When they move to Canada and while waiting for their PR, they can benefit from a 3-year open work permit. Allows them, that open work permit allows them to earn a living in other projects, be employed, and also don't forget about your startup concept. You need to make progress on that. So it's a convenient, and I would say it's a recognition of reality in the startup world. Why it is attractive? For the main reason that sometimes the PR process under startup visa may take up to 3 years. So within that 3-year period, the startup visa founders, the startup visa applicants in that respect, they can come to Canada, be able to work and earn while also making progress on their startup. So it's a recognition of reality, and of course it makes it more attractive. Otherwise, waiting for your PR for 3 years, which used to be the case before recent changes. Now, I've heard, and our clients have been experiencing very short period for PR. It's been under 8 months right now in our experience. I don't know the overall statistics, but I heard last time the processing time for startup visa. Why don't I bring the screen for 1 second? Let's see the screen. Okay, economic immigration. Let's see startup visa. Here we go. Let's see 40 months. This is unbelievable. For a PR on the startup, according to the last update, it's 40 months. So this is a reality. I don't know how they come up with this processing time, because in a startup world, 40 months is a long period of time. Your startup may become irrelevant, right? So to cover that aspect and to allow the founders to be able to work in Canada, so 3-year open work permit is a temporary solution. It's a patchwork, to say the least, to keep the attractiveness of the startup visa program. It's my opinion, and I think it's a reasonable approach. 3-year open work permit, which is 36 months, and from the IRCC perspective, the Canadian government, it will have a very good position to assess your startup within that 3-year open work permit, whether you are making any progress on your startup before awarding you the main prize, the PR, okay? That's a very good tactic from the government. Kudos to the government that if they thought about it. They give you a 3-year open work permit. They monitor your progress and see if you are doing anything on your startup. And then, if you're doing enough and your performance is satisfactory, then you get you can get PR. So that's probably the consideration on the government side. Do we have live questions from the audience, or these are all our questions? Okay, yeah, let's get a live question. BJ Subedi. BJ, hi BJ, welcome to the show. How likely is it to get a visa for exploratory visit for Alberta Advantage Immigration Program? It's It's very likely, to be honest, because Alberta and many other provinces, they highly encourage and sometimes mandate, they oblige you to visit the province before you make any expression of interest. Our clients didn't experience any problem with exploratory visits and obtaining visitor visa for that trip. And unfortunately, the provinces and the communities participating in Alberta immigration program, they don't give a letter of support for you to apply for visitor visa. Visitor visa is your problem to solve. If you have a good intention, you have good records, connection to your home country, and a great purpose to come to Canada, we can help you. We organize exploratory visits to Canada. We help you to research the communities. We will help you research the economic profile of that province. Alberta is one of our favorite provinces. We have several success stories you can check out on our website. A success story from Vietnam, a success story from China. And currently we are working on a few clients that want to settle down in Alberta through rural entrepreneurship program. That stream is very popular. And we did some exploratory visits with our clients, because before making a final decision whether Alberta is the right place for you or not, exploratory trips, to my mind, should be mandatory. Not mandatory from the immigration legislation, but mandatory from business perspective. You need to go and see where you will do business, where you want to do your living, because you will be living there. You need to spend time in those rural communities. There are amazing communities in Alberta, across Alberta. I visited at least 8 of them last year with my clients. So yeah, it is highly likely if you prepare a strong visitor visa application. If you need help, let us know. For exploratory visit guidelines, check out our latest publication on how to do an exploratory visit to Canada for PNP programs like this. Okay, BJ, thank you for your question. That's an excellent question. Thank you. So, Forever Vegan is another username that has sent us a question. Thank you very much. Now, the question: can we apply for a work permit and then PR by purchasing a 200 or 250,000 multi-tenant property, Nova Scotia or New Brunswick, for the company we will establish in Canada? Well, to be honest, it's a challenge for all the provincial nominee programs, PNPs, be it Nova Scotia or New Brunswick. The passive investment type of businesses, such as multi-tenant property, which is you just buy the property and rent it out. You don't do nothing. In a way, you don't do active management of the company, right? This is considered ineligible in many provinces, and I'm pretty sure in Nova Scotia. Check out Nova Scotia PNP guidelines on our website. Those, unless it's really justified and it creates a lot of benefit for that province, usually that type of businesses, multi-tenant unit for rental, is not an eligible type of business for PNP purposes, like you said, for first getting a work permit and then going to PR. And plus, to that question, I'm really doubtful whether you can buy a multi-tenant unit for 200 or 250,000. Okay, if you have that budget, I suggest you buy a smaller business, lesser liability, less financial burden. Multi-tenant unit is a lot of cash up front. Make the right, just enough investment into a smaller business, more active business, and then where you actively manage the business on a day-to-day basis, because that's the criteria. Your day-to-day operations should involve you actively in the business. Do the just enough investment. Do the performance agreement with Nova Scotia or New Brunswick or Alberta for that matter. Comply with the performance agreement, become PR, and then make a big step, big investment. And once you become PR, the sky is the limit. You do whatever business you want. But for the purposes of PNPs, like in Nova Scotia and New Brunswick, passive investment where you buy a property and rent it out is not a good business that will be approved for PNPs. Okay, that's my 2 cents. If you have more clarification, we will dive into that in a moment if you want to clarify that. All right, we have question number 4 from Instagram. We also have Instagram account. Please subscribe to and follow us on Instagram. What are the new eligibility criteria for spousal open work permit effective January 21, 2025? That's a good question, and I will bring our website for that matter. 1 second. I will bring our website, and we published. Let me get out of this. We published a new update on this. Let's read it together. It has been restrictive, the changes. So here we go. Canadian open work permit. There are mainly three changes. That is, 1, the spouses of a foreign worker will only be qualified if the primary worker, that spouse, who is the main applicant, has a job in specific high-skilled occupation, Tier 0, 1, and select occupations in Tier 2 and 3. So basically, your husband, if a spouse, the other spouse, the main applicant, should have a suitable position, then the work permit validity should be at least, remaining part of it should be at least 16 months, which is more than 1 year, right? It's a 2-year work permit should be with the main applicant. When it comes to spouses of international students, then only the main applicant should be master's, PhD, or select professional degrees. And I think the professional degrees are these ones, okay? Only then your spouse, if you're an international student, then your spouse can get an open work permit. And the third one, which is more about dependent children will no longer be eligible for open work permit. Usually dependent children, they come under study permits, right? They want to study in Canada, either on a high school level, but some of them, usually those teenagers, 18, 17, 19 years old, because up until the age of 22, they are dependent children. They want to get work permit. Now, unfortunately, with the changes, they are no longer eligible. Read this new piece that we published on our website. It's called Canada Open Work Permits 2025 Changes and Eligibility Requirements. Thank you for the questions from our audience. It's a great talk. So let's take a quick break and then come back again with your questions. I'll take a sip of water, if you don't mind.
To stay updated on all things related to Canadian business immigration, check us out on social media. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter for the latest news and updates. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the notification bell to stay informed about the most recent immigration news, interviews with top immigration specialists, and our weekly live shows. Visit our website at www.sabirovs.com for more information or to book a consultation with our team of experts.
Are you constantly on the move? Managing?
All right, we are back with your questions. I think we covered question number 4 from Instagram and question number 5. Question number 5 is also from LinkedIn. Thank you for our LinkedIn followers. I'm always active on LinkedIn. Tag me if you want. If you want me to answer your question, follow me on LinkedIn. Rakhmat Sobirov is always available for your questions. So, how might the reduction in the International Mobility Program, IMP, caps affect the C11 Entrepreneur Work Permit pathway? As you know, everything is now being decreased. Even IMP programs, there are limited spots, less than before. And C11 Entrepreneur Work Permit is becoming more and more challenging. First, more refusals are coming up. Second, C11 work permit is about significant benefit to the local economy where you want to do a business. If you want to do a business in a big city like Toronto, Vancouver, Ottawa, Kingston, maybe Calgary, Edmonton, then your significance will be a bit hard because you need to have a super big project to make a significant benefit in those areas. So I think the effect is that C11 work permit entrepreneurs will be looking at the provinces, smaller communities, where they can make big impact, big significant impact with their small business. Okay, even before these caps came into existence, the C11 has been slowly modified by Immigration Canada. I remember making a live video. Check out our YouTube. A live video about what is significant benefit, and IRCC gave some examples. The favorite example that I like to mention all the time is about Tim Hortons coffee shop, right? If you open a Tim Hortons coffee shop in the middle of Toronto, downtown Toronto, and create 2 new jobs, let's say, then that may not be significant because you spend millions and you open in the middle of Toronto with 2 jobs, right? If you do the same business, even with less money, a typical coffee shop in rural Ontario, let's say in Sudbury or Barrie or other places, then the significance increases, although your investment is less. So now another effect is C11 work permit entrepreneurs, they have to make a significant strategic choices. So to do business. Also, C11 was attractive before because it could allow you to add new additional CRS points and make you eligible for PR, but no longer. The job offers don't add any points anymore. That's why if you are really sure that you want to do a business, not necessarily become PR in Canada, C11 could be still a valid pathway. Also, C11 is related to Startup Visa program because that 3-year open work permit is the significant benefit work permit that you will apply for. And under PNP, remember, you come to Canada on a work permit, C11, C10 work permit, do your business, and province likes your performance, endorses you nominates you for your PR to the federal government. So C11 is intertwined. It's a very flexible work permit program. I think it affects negatively the whole cap thing, the caps that are on international mobility program. But don't get despair. As I said, there are ways to come to Canada, to bring your families to Canada. We still are doing so with our international clients. Okay, I think, here we go, Harjit. Excuse me. Harjit Hora, I want to buy a business in Canada and settle down with my family. Please let me know how can you help me out. Harjit, it's a very wide question. We can help you with PNP programs. If you want to become PR, PNP and Startup Visa programs are the clear pathways at the moment as we speak in February 2025. These are 2 PR related programs. But if you want to come temporarily, if you have a business in India or other places of the world and you want to expand, we have other programs for you. Let's talk, book a consultation with our lawyers. We will show you what pathways are available and which of those pathways are suitable for your background. We need to know more. We can help you with exploratory visit. We can help you with finding a business. We have partners who find businesses suitable for our clients. We can help you with the business plan drafting. These are external partners who specialize in business plan drafting. If you have tourist visa, visitor visa, you can come to Canada, see it for yourself, and then make a decision because the investment is yours. and where in Canada you want to settle down. Is it Alberta, Ontario, Vancouver, British Columbia? Now there are many other provinces opening up for entrepreneurs like you. So talk to us and we will find a way. Booking a consultation is the first step that I suggest you do. All right, I think another follow-up question from Harjeet, or do we have, I can see it from the screen, no? All right, I think we did a pretty good job to do it under 30 minutes today. Thank you for your questions. It's great to see you online. Make sure you follow us on social media and don't hesitate to send us your questions as comments. So I have one more question, I think, right? All right, Alberta. Alberta, then rural entrepreneur stream is for you. Check out our website. Let me bring the screen again. So when you go to our website, Harjeet, there's a section called Business Immigration. This one, see? It's opening the big menu. We just published Alberta PNP guidelines here, okay? We just published it, I think, a few days ago. You should check this. We give a lot of facts about Alberta, what are the sectors, fun facts, and also how to do your rural entrepreneur stream application. You can go through milestones step by step, and this gives you an idea of how Alberta PNP works. It's a great province. I love Alberta. I always travel in the Rocky Mountains. It's a beautiful place. It's one of the best places in terms of taxation too. They have a 5% GST tax, which is less than 13% in Ontario. So Alberta is my favorite at the moment. You can also check out the PNP program for Nova Scotia. Here we go. Nova Scotia also has an amazing PNP program and this PNP program doesn't limit you to rural Nova Scotian communities. It says only, within Halifax region, the main city in Nova Scotia, or outside of Halifax. So there are certain limitations. You need to have net worth. We can help you with finding the right business in Nova Scotia. I visited personally Nova Scotia last year with my family. Amazing province at the coast of Atlantic Ocean. Beautiful places, lots of opportunities. If you know what kind of business you want to buy, talk to us. We can find you the right business through our local network of partners in Nova Scotia as well as in Alberta. All right. Any other questions? Let me see. All right. Another question. Let's read again. Let's bring it up. Okay, question number 6 from our website, sobirovs.com, is constantly updating its content, so I suggest that you check out that content. What is the focus of the new Regional Economic Development through Immigration Ready pilot program introduced by Ontario? Okay, I would say it's an insignificant program in a way. Don't get me wrong. First, it's an employer-driven program. It's certain communities participating in Ready pilot program. The employers from those communities can give a job offer, and it's more personal immigration, right? We don't do personal immigration. We have other colleagues in the industry doing personal immigration. And second feature of this program is it's only about 200 spots available in that program for workers seeking employment in those communities, getting a job offer, and then you can apply to become PR in those communities. So I think it's, for the purposes of business immigration, it's not a significant program, but for the purposes of employers trying to attract workers to those small communities in Ontario, then it could be a significant. If you are a Canadian employer, a Canadian business looking to hire foreign workers, talk to us. We can help you strategize your recruitment channel, how to find the right foreign worker for your business. And there are tons of opportunities to bring great talent from across the globe to Canada to contribute to your business, okay? One more from LinkedIn. Let's bring it up. LinkedIn user is asking the question, what's your insight on C11 News IRCC policy disclosure regarding denial? The arranged job point, as IRCC instruction says, they are considered as self-employed and no further arranged job points. Yes. I mentioned during our live session, the arranged employment job offers no longer bring you additional points to your express entry profiles. My understanding is now we are pivoting to other programs. Those who have an existing C11 work permit, we can extend those. That's not a problem. But it's now impossible to transition them to PR. So from that perspective, for permanent residence purpose, you need to pivot to another PR program, PR pathway. We've been changing the strategy of our existing clients, and new clients that are coming in, we are making them aware that C11 does not add additional points anymore to an arranged job offer. I think it's the whole IRCC philosophy right now to decrease non-permanent residents in Canada. These are international workers, international students, foreign workers, and so on. And it has been, IRCC decided to stop that additional points to PR. That's why PNPs have become very popular. Also, Startup Visa program is extremely popular among our clients. I think that's it for today. We've done a great job with you. Thank you very much for your active participation. And we are trying to do live sessions every second Wednesday. So bi-weekly, follow us on different platforms. Tell us your questions through comments. Share this content with your friends and network. And I thank you very much again. One more question? Okay, let's get one more question from Hector. All right. Hector Pinion is asking the question, my cousin is undocumented in the U.S. with a well-established construction business. He's able to immigrate his business to Canada, buy a new business, or immigrate doing business in Canada somehow. It's a question. Yes, I think, Hector, there's a possibility. Previously, we had experience of moving people from the U.S. to Canada, but again, it's such a nuanced situation at the moment. As you know, Trump has started deportation of undocumented people from the U.S. We have tons of inquiries from different parts of U.S. About moving to Canada. Hector, only thing I can say, yes, there's a possibility, but you and your cousin needs to talk to us in private. Book your strategy call. We will sit with you for 1 hour and be very open and transparently discuss the possibilities, if there are any possibilities or not. We have to ask a lot of questions from your cousin. It's a confidential meeting. See our website on when you go, let me share the screen again. When you go to soybirovs.com, click Talk to a Lawyer. There are two options. Canadian employers should click this one, but potential business owners and startups and investors moving to Canada, click here and it will take you to our page here. You book your consultation and we will talk in more detail with you and your cousin. Thank you very much for your question, Hector. Sorry I couldn't cover every aspect of this question, but I think there's a possibility for us to find a way. If there is no way, we will instruct you and you will act accordingly based on the situation of your cousin in the US. Thank you very much again for your participation. See you next time. Stay tuned. Bye-bye.